back to another episode of Monster Hunter Tri. Aren't you a crazy bug, Cha-Cha? So we just rescued Cha-Cha. Wow, I cannot talk today. But first, before we talk to the chief and Cha-Cha, let's go and head up what we have done in the Moga village, being the fishmongers and selling ice pellet or ice thaw pellets and getting a lot of money from it. That is one thing you will learn for Monster Hunter people that are new to Monster Hunter Tri. Basically, you use the fishmongers to get fish. You get fish and trading supplies, which you trade from the Argo Sea Captain to get more fish finders, so you can find more fish and more trading materials. And then you take the fish and you turn them into points from Junior, and then you take points and you put them in your farm so you can get a lot of stuff. And a lot of stuff that you get, then you usually make, unless you need some kind of resource like fire herbs or nitro shrooms, which, if you don't know, those are both used for making bombs, which are very helpful in this game. Otherwise, you usually make some kind of expensive or some kind of plant that you can sell very well. You make that you get a lot of money. From here on in until we get to a good stopping point, I'm basically going to speed it up. It's rather boring. It's just me experimenting with some armor sets and bowgun sets, and the jagged fire is going to use up that one King's Frill. There's only one other thing that uses the King's Frill for the jaggy armor. The Rhinopolis cap uses it too, and something else in the Rhinopolis uses it as well. But Rhinopolis is fairly good, and getting King's Frills is not all that important. Or is not all that hard, I should say, not important. It sure is important, but it's not that hard at all. If you thought this would be hard, no, it's not. Not at all. Not at all.
What?
She didn't really have anything to say other than we got new ammos. We also got, I think the organizer got the books of combos were already there. And the Guild Sweetheart has stuff to say that we have a new hunting ground called the Flooded Forest. And there are several new monsters that we can fight there. But the first thing that we're going to do pretty soon here would be that Rhinopolis hunting quest. That's what we'll try to do as soon as possible. Now this is kind of weird because this is done in post, essentially, or this is post-narration, which is kind of weird. I can't tell you all about everything, because technically I should be past this a fair bit, but I can't talk about that yet. For all of you that don't know, you should definitely get a set of iron armor. It gives you very, very good combo abilities, and that's essentially all it should be used for. Now I'm just kind of going through some combining combination stuff. You can find all of the combination, like a guide to the combinations on the Monster Hunter Wiki, which I'm not putting that in the description because it's actually fairly easy to find. It's just Monster Hunter Wiki. I'm going to show off the Jagged Fire. The Jagged Fire is actually fairly useful. It's alright. Not my favorite bowgun frame or barrel. Mostly because the frame has low left and right deviation, which is low, but it's not all that good. If you are going to have deviation on a bowgun, you want it in one direction. That way you can plan accordingly. Like, for example, there's this bowgun frame that you get later. I'm not going to say the name of the monster that you get it from, because that might be spoiling some things and whatever. But it's a fairly useful one. But it has a high deviation right, which you may think, oh, that's terrible. It's a lot of deviation. It's going to go flying to the right. And that's it. It's just going to be flying to the right. It's not going to be flying to the left. So you can basically hide around corners with that one, as long as the monster is on the left, or on the right, and you can sail it around the corner. Or you can just plan accordingly and hit weak spots while you're standing straight in front of the monster. It's more useful than you think. Anyway, first quest of the 2-star quests that we get, or 3-star. Is it 3-star? It might be 3-star. First quest of this, you have to hunt rhinoceros. And as you saw there, that is one of the shots that I hadn't really talked about yet. That would be Pierce Shot level 1. Here, the Pierce Shots work somewhat like the normal shots. You have to be within a certain range. I think it's around 0 to 2 to get the full bonus. 3 to 5 to get a normal bonus, or 0 to 2 standard rolls away from a monster to get the 1.5 bonus onto the shot. This is just going off my head, so don't quote me. You can always find the damage fact formula or whatnot. Like around 3 to 5 rolls, just around there. Non-standard roll, the normal damage, the 1.0 damage, or the speaker. But here's how the Pierce Shot works. Basically, your main target for aiming with the Pierce Shot is not the monster itself, it's through the monster. The Pierce Shots have to actually do damage by going through the monster multiple times. Pierce Shot level 1, your full damage would be has to hit the monster 3 times, so it has to be kind of going long ways through the rhinoceros to actually count for anything. Pierce Shot level 2 has to be 4 times, so the monster has to be even a longer target to do something really well. And for level 3, you have to go through the monster 5 times. I don't know why I'm talking with my hands. Currently I'm talking with my hands trying to do this. And I don't know. So you have to do both of those, or you have to. So as you can see, probably one of the better of the Pierce would be Pierce level 1 because it's just a lot easier to hit the monster 3 times. About the Rhinoceros size is about how big it is to hit 4 has to be a little bit longer. 5, only the Elder Dragons, which I'm not spoiling if there are Elder Dragons. If you've played Monster Hunter before, you'd know about them. Basically, the Elder Dragons are the only ones that you'd be able to use Pierce level 3 on, because they're probably the only ones that are long enough. There will be a few exceptions, but the exceptions are very few and far between. And of the Elder Dragons, probably only one of them you can get all 5 hits off very reliably. Those who have played this game probably know who I'm talking about. Anyway, so that was 5 Rhinopolos, I think. And since you're in the desert, it's always good to kind of mine the surroundings. You don't need crystal bones, but getting crystal bones is always useful because that's extra money in your pocket. Also, get used to being around the desert. We'll be in here a few times after. Also, that's where you get ice crystals, if you're still wondering how to make the alloy armor. You get them in here. First time I played through this, not the first time, when I started this, I knew you could make the alloy armor first, but I didn't realize that you needed ice crystals, so I was like, what? How do you make it? But this is where you get it. There's another place where you can get a more abundant supply of them, but if you still need them, you can get them here. Only need to find one more Rhinopolos. Normally they would respawn here, so this is kind of annoying. But we got Crystal Bones, that was one of the sub-quests, so why don't we turn those in? We only needed 4, so you probably will have plenty, and therefore have some extra money. Although you have to remember to turn them in before the quest is over, because once the main quest is over, then you can't turn any sub-quests. And they're not in 2. So when in doubt, if you're looking for Rhinopolos, go to Area 7. They're usually in Area 7. Sometimes in quests, Kelbies can be there, but normally it's Rhinopolos. And currently they're not here. You'll see why in the next quest we do, why I say they're usually in Area 7, because it does make sense. I guess they didn't quite like that in this quest, so we'll just have to close. There would be the last one we could do, and that would basically be the quest. Cha-Cha, what are you doing? Absolutely nothing for the Rhinopolos parts there, but that's okay. I think I have plenty. I wish I knew the damage formula for the kicks, or for the bunt, not the bunt, the what is that called? The butt of the gun hit. How much damage that does. And what kind of damage. If I had to guess, it probably is KO damage. Blunt damage. Whatever. And from that, we get a lot of bones. Not anything too wonderful from this quest, so you probably won't be back here unless you really want the Rhinopolos armor and don't have enough stuff from it otherwise. Excuse me for the coughing.
Hi. Yo. Hi.
I think I'm out of fish finders, so we'll have to wait until the Argo Sea Captain gets back. Always remember to, unload your bag. That's probably one of the better ideas to go with. And we won't be going to the flooded forest just yet. The next quest we're going to do is actually one that that people in at this point in time may do a lot, and that would be herbivore egg hunt. You go and you grab an egg, and you get there's some very key items that you can get from it, which is why you would do it. So, and I thought these people might sell it, but they don't. There's one set of armor that you're probably going to want if you're going to do carrying quests. This is carrying quests. If you don't know what those are, you haven't played Monster Hunter before. Anybody that has done it would know what it is. But anyway, you want the low lack armor. You really will need Ultraroth stomachs. You'll need to get those a lot. You can get those. The best way to get those would be to do the use poison shots on the Ultraroths in either the Mogul Woods, or there's an Ultraroth quest that to kill them. That if you don't use poison, you can always get them in the quest rewards. But you need 3 of those to make all the low lack armors. That gives you Pro Transporter, a skill that lets you run faster and have less chance of dropping your the carrying item. In this case, would be an herbivore egg. So for the rest of this episode, I'm just going to kind of get prepared and ready to do herbivore egg hunt. So I'll just start my intro now. I thank you all for watching. I'm Zachary Chuckham. And tune in next time for more of Monster Hunter. We'll have a little bit more of gathering quests before we actually get back to the big hunts. But until then, tune in, keep watching, and I'll fill in all the answers that you need. And remember, have fun gaming. I'll see you guys later.